is never just a color. It isn't just decoration. It's not about picking a single shade. It's saturation, contrast, and what surrounds it completely changes the message. Should this brand feel premium or mass market? Why do some brands feel premium from the start while others feel cheap, even when they sell the same product? Here's an uncomfortable truth. Most designers treat color like decoration instead of communication. They don't ground their color choices in psychology, perception, and strategy. And they definitely don't back them up with anything remotely scientific when presenting palettes to clients. We have all done the pick a color and pray method, so I don't judge you. It's so easy to fall into the trap where colors get picked one by one based on
vibes and trends and what feels right,
without thinking about what the entire palette is signaling together. And that is why so many brands, they can look great, well designed, but they still might fail to communicate with their target group efficiently. But don't worry, Alex is here. And today I am going to give you a clear 5-step color decision system that you can start using today to decide whether a brand should feel premium or mass market, and confidently explain those decisions to clients without breaking a sweat. Let's get you accelerated. All right, quick roadmap of today. First, I'm going to give you a short, actually useful foundation of how color psychology really works beyond the kindergarten blue means trust stuff. Let's dive in. Most people think that color psychology is just about emotion. Blue is calm, red is energetic, and that is half true. What actually matters is perception. And perception of color is shaped by contrast, balance, and context. So not by one color in isolation. When it comes to visual branding, it's not about picking a single shade. It's about understanding how the colors of an entire palette behaves together and how the different colors push, pull, amplify, or soften each other. So let's break this down. At the core of color psychology is polarity. You have light and dark. You have expansion and contraction. If we look at warm colors, red, orange, yellow, they have longer wavelengths and they're all expansive. They associate to the day, the sun, they project outward. They relate to activity, urgency, movement. Think momentum, Beyonce on stage energy. The cool colors, blue, violet, indigo, have shorter wavelengths and they are contractive. They relate to the night, they pull inward, they relate to containment, reflection, stability, more like ancient philosopher thinking on a rock energy. So I'm not just trying to be poetic here. There is actually biology and science behind this. Studies show that red can raise blood pressure while blue does the opposite, which explains why so many banks, tech companies, healthcare brands, they live somewhere in the blue universe. They want to signal reflection, trust, stability.
We've thought this through. You're safe here.
That's my bank person voice. And here's one quick note on green because I just find this so fascinating. Green sits at the exact center of the visible color spectrum. So it requires almost no adjustment from the human eye. And that is why surgeons often wear green in operating rooms. They want their eyesight to be as calm and relaxed as possible during extremely intense work. It's also one of the reasons why nature feels so restorative. When we see green, our nervous system reads safe, stable, balanced, abundant. I'll most likely survive in this environment. So color isn't just decoration. Color has a significant impact on how we feel, how we behave, and how we make decisions. Here's where designers often go wrong. They treat color like standalone decisions. A nice blue, a fresh green, a bold red. The color is never just a color. Its saturation, contrast, and what surrounds it completely changes the message. The same blue can feel calm and premium, or it can feel really dusty and boring. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. The kind of blue that smells like conference carpet. Even good-looking, beautifully designed brands can still confuse their audience if the colors are wrong. But falling into this common designer trap ends today. The 5-step color decision system. So when I am deciding on a color palette, I always go through these 5 steps in this order. Step 1, decide the price signal. So the first question you should ask yourself is, should this brand feel premium or mass market? And yes, in real life, this comes after deep work on brand personality, values, competitors, target audience. But for today, we're just simplifying this to focus on talking about color. And this is a non-negotiable. You cannot design for both premium and mass market at the same time. Trying to do both is how brands end up doing neither. Step 2, temperature. Choose temperature intentionally. Warm palettes feel active, expressive, forward-moving. Cool palettes feel contained, reflective, and established. So temperature affects how fast or calm a brand feels instantly. And you can design for a premium or a mass market brand with either of these two temperature groups. It all depends on how you work with these different 5 steps.
Now, quick pause here. If this has been of value so far and you want more content like this, hit the subscribe button. Everything on this channel is designed to help you accelerate your creative career. Now let's get back. Step 3, control saturation. Saturation is the intensity of a color, how pure or how muted it appears. It's one of the fastest ways to shape emotional response. Highly saturated colors feel loud, energetic, and immediate. They grab attention, create urgency, and signal momentum or youth. Lower saturation feels controlled, refined, and intentional. It signals longevity, trust, and strategic thinking, not impulse. So neither is good or bad. They simply communicate different intentions. High saturation says, look now. Low saturation says, stay with us. The mistake isn't in choosing one over the other, it's using the wrong level of saturation for the message that you're trying to send.
Step 4, contrast level. Now, I want you to zoom out and look at the entire palette, not just your primary color. High contrast between the colors signals energy, urgency, mass appeal. Low contrast signals confidence, stability, and longevity. This is one of the biggest levers that you have. Once I've set my main color direction, I personally love using tools like coolers or colors or coolers so that I can quickly test and feel out full palettes. And it has a bunch of different cool features. You can lock different colors and then continue just hitting space and see all these different types of combinations. It helps you explore balance, contrast, and harmony across multiple colors very quickly. Step 5, use space intentionally. So negative space isn't just about looking expensive. It's about awareness because space lets color breathe. Space can create a natural hierarchy. It tells the eye where to move and where to rest. If you want calm, confidence, and clarity, you use restraint, white space, or negative space with color, and silence. If you want movement, urgency, and noise, you intentionally reduce negative space and create color blocks or shapes or add illustrations and let elements collide a little bit more. So remember, negative space is not the absence of design. Negative space is an active and highly efficient design decision.
So that is the full 5-step color decision system. Not theory for theory's sake, but a framework that you can actually use. And in the next episode, we're taking this exact system and applying it to a real client project so you can see how these decisions play out in practice. And if you want that breakdown, make sure that you're subscribed. This channel is all about turning design thinking into real career leverage.